what? I have Badshah in the house right now in the studio. A little bit about Badshah. Now, he is so talented. He is a rapper, he is a singer, he is a businessman, he is a film producer. I mean, he's a busy man. So thank you so much, Badshah, for joining us today.
Well, thank you so much. But after hearing all that, I'm sure the viewers, the listeners would be surprised to know that I was just, nothing. I was just in the middle of my sleep.
Oh, no, fair enough. Usually I'm sleeping around this time too, and it's the afternoon. So I understand.
No, thank you so much for having me. Thank you. It's such a pleasure. It's such an honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. No, thank you so much. Now, I want to talk about the song Voodoo. It is such a good song. And you've got J Balvin on the track. You've got Tiny. I would love to know the process, the experience. How did that all happen? And how was the journey of coming to the song?
So I, J Balvin has been like an idol for me, I aspire to do what he's done with Latin music. I aspire to do the same with Hindi music or Desi pop, like we love to call it. I actually DM'd Jose back in 2019 and I got no reply. Yeah, but that was just out of respect, and I tagged him somewhere and I said, lots of respect. But cut to 2022. In fact, 2021, the whole conversation began. Me and my label Universal Music. I just signed this deal with Universal Music India, which was a big global deal. And then they were like, "Okay, tell us who do you want to work with?" I was like, "Yeah, J Balvin."
Yeah, wow.
That's not even a question. And we reached out to him, and then he was kind enough to say yes. And then we reached out to Tiny because he's one amazing producer. And I was like, I think there's only one guy who can combine the two worlds, the Latin world and the Indian world, perfectly seamlessly, and that's Tiny. Yeah, that's how it came into being.
Yeah, wow. And what a collaboration. I'm so glad the song came to fruition because it's such a good track. But, you're making your international debut. You're working with other international artists. Is there any other collabs we can expect this year that you can tell us about?
Yes, but tell you about, I'm afraid I can't right now. As much as I would want to, drop in a few amazing names there, but yes. Hush, hush.
All good. I was trying to be sneaky. What about your dream collab? Now I know you said J Balvin was one of your dream collabs and Tiny as well. Is there like someone you would just want to work with hands down?
There's a lot of artists that I really want to see how I gel with, how my art form gel with, or how my culture gels with. There's a lot of them, Amisha. Top would be Drake and BTS.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now I want to see this collab happen. Drake, BTS, if they're listening, this needs to happen. It would be an amazing song. So I've actually taken a look at your TikToks. I've seen so many of them. And I have to say, your lip sync videos are the best. I absolutely love them. And then you're a really good dancer. I've seen your dancing videos too. I know you did a dance challenge to Jugnu.
Yeah, I did, Amisha, and I just wanna take this opportunity and clarify to everyone who's listening or watching that I am not at all a good dancer. Please don't go by that video. Please, it was just VFX. We got the best VFX people.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. It was just a choreographer. I just want to give a huge shout out to my choreographer, Mr. Well. He's a genius. I don't know how he did it. It was magic. It was the one time. But dancing, I just want to give a huge shout out to all the dancers out there who make the screen look so good, so alive. Even in Voodoo, like the dancing is next level.
Yeah,
but,
the music video was awesome.
I do try sometimes. And in Jugnu was the one time out of the 100 when I, succeeded. So
it was good. It was really good. And the track is also, it's so catchy. That chorus is so catchy. But if you had to choose a favorite TikTok trend, Is there any trends that you're loving right now on TikTok?
Oh my God. So many trends. There are so many trends. It's so hard to pick one. But I just, I'm just so pleasantly appalled at the creativity of all these guys and girls, man. Yeah, I mean, because it's so difficult to make a trend.
Yes.
It is so difficult because every day there's something new happening. Every day there's someone new trying to break into a trend. Anything you do with a lot of conviction and a lot of swag and style becomes a trend, which is amazing.
No, absolutely. There's literally a new trend every day. So I understand. They just come and go, come and go. So that's very interesting though, because I know that you're a businessman. You do a lot of things. And just recently, I think today actually came out that Elon Musk bought Twitter, which is like
Yes.
all over the headlines. So I thought it'd be fun to know if you could buy any company or any brand in the whole world and it's yours straight away, which one would you choose?
Wow. To be honest, I think I just buy, on the top of my head, I'd buy Disney.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, because I don't know why, but they're really good guys, and it's such a nice company. They make great content for kids as well, and also I just buy LVMH, the Louis Vuitton company. I think
That's smart. That's smart. I like that.
Is it too much? Is it too much?
No, not at all. I said I'd buy an ice cream company, so I think your answer is way better than mine. So that's good. That's really, really good. I wanted to play a game with you, Badshah. This is a bit cheeky of me, I would say. It's a bit of a cheeky game. It's called Be Humble. Now, you're a superstar. We all know it. And we want to get to know you better, what you do on your daily life. So I'm going to ask you some cheeky questions. The first cheeky question is, what was your last Google search?
Oh my! This news actually, because the Elon buying. I'm being honest. Elon buying Twitter, because I was having dinner last night and my cousin was like, I think Elon has bought Twitter. I was like, no, the Twitter rejected the offer first, and then there was news that the Twitter is looking for the offer, re-looking at the offer, and the offer was for 43 billion. I was like, and then this was the news. So this was my last Google search, to be honest.
It's probably mine too, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I was looking at it this morning, so it's
But
everywhere
suddenly
now.
this interview has become a lot about Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. All right, the second cheeky question I have is, when was the last time you did a household chore or cooking?
Household chore was like just yesterday. My folks keep me really humble and grounded.
Yeah.
I was in Mumbai and I just landed in Chandigarh, which is like my hometown. Like my hometown because I grew up there. I wasn't born here, but I grew up here. And from the airport, I was coming to my home, and my mom was like, "All right, you need to get this. You need to get this. You need to." I was like, "Mom, really?" So that's like a normal thing.
Do people
my
recognize you
folks-
all the time, though, when you go out in Chandigarh and stuff like that?
No, I don't go out, but it's like my rest of my crew. They like, I'm sitting in the car and but Chandigarh is like my city. That's the only place where I can go out in my car and chill and drive, because they're like, oh, this is our guy. So
Yeah.
they're like, it's more like he's our guy. Like it's not a chaos or it's not mobbing, but like I love the city because it's just
Yeah.
warm, and they know how to when to keep the distance, all of that, and for them it's like, oh, it's our guy. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting. And the last question I have for this game is, what is the most expensive item you own?
I think this gift of making music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It is expensive to get the equipment for music. I learned the hard way, so I understand. I think the most expensive item I own is my wedding ring, and I didn't buy that, so that doesn't count. Probably.
Whoa. What?
The last
That's a
question.
good one.
I know, and I don't own it, so it doesn't count. The last question I have, and I'd love to know, you have an album coming out. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Could you
Yeah,
tell me a bit?
yeah.
Is Voodoo going to be on that album?
No, so Voodoo is not a part of that album, and this album is called Retro Panda.
Yes.
And it's the part one is out, and then I'm in the process of bringing out part two. But Retro Panda is like a journey. It's like a thematic sort of an album. It's got a theme, but Voodoo is entirely different from that album. It's coming together of Latin and Desi pop sound together. But yeah, so the Retro Panda is like, of course, I'm taking I'm going back in time, like 80s and 90s, the sounds of ABBA, Modern Talking, Daft Punk meets the 90s Bollywood, Bappi Lahiri, Govinda, the Govinda sound. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So all of that. Yeah, so that's that. But I'm so excited about all the work that I'm doing right now. The collaborations, the solos, everything.
Yeah, no, and I absolutely love that you're bringing that Latin fusion with Punjabi music. It's so innovative and it's so exciting. It's such an international sound as well. When I heard the song, I was bopping in my car. I was listening to it thinking, this is the track. This is so, so exciting. Do you think you're going to bring more Latin fusion music to Australia, to, globally at all? Or is this going to be a track for, like, you're going to wait for a while before you do another one?
No, of course, why not? I mean, the vibes are so, when we made the song, a lot of people were apprehensive in their minds, like, how's it going to sound? How's Spanish going to sound with, Hindi or Punjabi or any Desi language? And I was like, guys, I know, because in my mind, I was ready for it. It was a thing that was waiting to happen for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Tiny about our cultures. I was like, we guys are so same. Your staple diet is beans and rice, and our staple diet is beans and rice.
Yeah.
And Tiny was like, our parents, like, I don't know about your country, but our parents are like, they still like give us a beating, when we do bad stuff. I was like, of course, bro, we're the same. It's the same everywhere, our cultures are like so seamless, merged together, and and both Tiny and Jose, like, great guys to work with. It never appeared to, or at least they never let me think or believe that I was working with the hugest stars in the world of music. Great guys. Jose's, he calls me randomly, a video call. He's in the streets of New York. He was like, yo, my G, what's up? What's happening? And he's always guiding me. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. Because he's like a blueprint for me. He's done what I aspire to do for Latin music. So, yeah.
Well, you're killing it, and you're an absolute star too, Bacha. And I know that a lot of my family are so jealous that I'm here right now getting to interview you, because
Come on, no way.
massive
No,
fans.
really?
Honestly, yeah, your music is amazing. And so, yeah, thank you for taking the time to come and chat with me about Voodoo. And if anyone hasn't seen the music video yet, do yourself a favor, watch the music video, because it is epic. Such a killer video. Amazing. Absolutely.
Thank you, Nisha. Thank you so much for those kind words. And I again, like, I want to take this opportunity to give this shout out to Jose Sagaro, the director of the video. He was really convinced about the concept. I was like, bro, because from where we come, we don't, that's a very artistic sort of a video. The video belongs to us, a gallery.
Yeah.
But such a great guy.
Yeah, it was amazing. Thank you so much, Bacha, again. And
Nisha,
Voodoo
my pleasure.
by Bacha, J Balvin, Tiny, killer song. 10 out of 10 here in Cater.